Not all doggy disasters happen in the home, of course. Quite often things can go wrong when you're out on a walk. And one of the most common culprits is the humble stick. Now, a lot of people and a lot of dogs love chasing sticks, having sticks thrown for them. I mean, it's great exercise, it's good fun for all concerned, but it can be surprisingly dangerous. Now, one of the most common ways that dogs can be injured from chasing a stick is if the stick lands and rotates and they run onto the stick because they're very enthusiastic. They run on and they get impaled on the stick, and that can be really, really serious. If that happens, obviously you need to get your dog to the vet straight away because it could be a very serious injury. But there's another kind of stick injury which there is something you can do about, and that's if a dog, in its enthusiasm, chomps on the stick and they break a section off like this and it gets stuck between their teeth. And it's very odd. The dog will come back to you and you'll think, what is the dog up to? It's sort of gaping its mouth like this, can't close its mouth. And if you look inside the mouth, so Jack, come here, good boy. You open the dog's mouth, and you'll see the stick will be stuck across the roof of its mouth and make it very uncomfortable for the dog. But don't despair, you don't have to necessarily go to the vet. All you need is to nip back to the car or to home and get yourself a pair of pliers, like this, and then simply open up your dog's mouth. Jack, come here. Jack, come here. Good boy. Come here. Good boy. You open up the dog's mouth, like so. You grab the offending stick in the mouth, you twist, and you pull it out. Problem solved. Of course, sticks are not the only potential threat out there in the countryside when you're walking your dog. Unfortunately, all too common are injuries caused by bits of glass. You know, it's all too common to see things like that lying around, or even bits of metal, sharp bits of nails in wood, anything like that can cause a serious laceration. And knowing what to do in a situation like that can really literally mean the difference between life or death. Now, one of my top tips, if you've got an injury to a pad, which is one of the most common types of injury because obviously dogs are potentially putting their feet down onto sharp objects, one of the things to do in that situation is to take your socks off. So, what you need to do is literally get down there, get those socks off, like this, quickly as you can in an emergency situation. Remember, your dog is potentially bleeding to death here. Jack, come here, come here. Then what you need to do, Jack, come here. Ugh. If the dog has got an injury, say to this front paw here, bleeding copiously, what I would do is put one sock over the paw, like so. So pull it all the way up, like this. So it's potentially soaking up the blood there. And then I will tie the other sock in a knot like this, so it's applying direct pressure to the wound. So I'll pull that tight like that, so the wound is under there. So pull that really quite tight to hold that on. That's going to apply some direct pressure to the wound, and the other sock there is going to soak it up and try and keep it a bit clean. So that's what to do if your dog gets an injury to the foot like that. In the meantime, as you really haven't got an injury, I think I better put the socks back on.